This is my CrossRC T-REXX, a 1/12 scale, yes, a 1/12 scale, 10-wheel drive, 10-wheel steer, land train. I think that's what it's kind of classed as. Very Mad Max. It's based off some game. It's a Soviet locomotive. It's got two massive cannons on the back, and well, it brakes very easily. And it's been sat on this bench for about 18 months now. It cost me about £4,000 to build, which is about $5,000. It weighs about 50 kilos. It's very difficult to lift up because of the length of it. Yes, that's what she said. And I need to get it fixed because I've got a video planned where I'm using most of my big rigs. This, probably that, and my very big excavator. But there's also like a second reason for this video. I got a lot of comments on here and on Facebook telling me it's a complete waste of money. Why would you waste that money on that? What's the point in it? Well, for me, someone who makes videos for you, I will show you exactly how much this waste of money has made me through the videos that I've made of it. It is by far the most amount of money I've made from anything I've done on this channel in, well, the 8 years I've been doing it.
I can get used to being a billionaire, yeah?
I think you will be quite shocked at how much this $5,000 waste of money has actually made me. But first, let's get this thing apart and get it fixed. I haven't got all the stats with me at the moment, so we need to take this body off. Now, the problem with this thing is that to get this off is an absolute pain, and when it breaks, it's the gearbox that breaks, which is right down in there, so you have to take the whole thing off. This cab is held on from underneath. I had a fire in this when I was building it, and I couldn't get to it. I had to chuck a fire extinguisher in one of the gaps. I couldn't get into it because it was mounted, or it's fixed down from underneath. So one of the things I'm going to do is modify it so you can take it off from the top, because the motors and ESCs I want to put in there rather than in the side. I don't know if I actually screwed it down. Oh, I didn't, yes. Whoa. Oh man, I didn't screw anything back down. Right, how far can we go with this? All the way. So the kit comes with two brushed motors. I've upgraded it to two brushless motors. They're not anything fancy. Hobbywing have brought out actually some axe motors, like proper crawler motors, about the same size. I might invest and put them in, although it's going to be quite a lot of money. And if this gearbox keeps breaking, is it going to be worth it to spend another, I think it's going to cost me probably another £500, $600 or over $600 for the motors. But anyway, this is what we got to get out, and it's been a little while, so I can't quite remember how it comes out. Let's take the selector rod off first. You'll see when I open the gearbox up that it's got a ton of gears in there, and a few of them are held on with just like little grub screws. And obviously the weight of this, and you know, the strain through the drivetrain, if you pause it, or if you're going uphill slightly and you let it roll back a bit, or if you're a little bit too heavy on the throttle, with the inertia of the gears turning, it snaps the grub screw, or the drive shaft pin, I think is the correct term for them. And out of the 3 times I've taken this out, it's broken twice. It is very frustrating. Oh, come on. Ugh. Oh my word. No, come on. I don't think it's too much Loctite. Obviously I've been through water and stuff, and it's been sat for 18 months. All right, let's take this whole bottom panel off and see what we can do. I was confident when I came in this morning, thinking, right, let's get this thing stripped down. Let's get that gearbox sorted. I've got some stainless steel pins coming. We'll get it cleaned up, we'll fit them. And not even 10 minutes in, and it's let me down. Oh, come on, there's nothing holding it on. Right, I'm gonna get all this stripped down, gonna get the gearbox out, and then we'll come back once I've done that. Thankfully, once I drilled the heads off the screws, the threads actually weren't that tight in there at all. I did cause a little bit of blood as well. Blood, sweat, and tears. I'm not going to say anything until I've got this apart. I don't want to jinx anything. Right, let's see if it's broke in the same place as it did last time. Oh, it's a little bit dry in there. We do need to clean this up. Obviously, where I went through the mud and stuff, it's just got a little bit dirty. So take the selector out. Everything in order. I think it was this last time. It was either this one or it was on there. I can't remember. I certainly can't see any pin protruding out of there. All right, let's try and remove that grub screw. Get some heat on there first, just in case I Loctited it. I'm not sure I put much on if I did. One broken drive shaft pin. Exactly the same as last time. I ordered some stainless steel ones. Hopefully they'll fit. Hopefully I ordered the right size. I'm going to try that. Stainless steel being a little bit harder. But I don't know how else to do it. There's no room anywhere on here to, you know, weld it or fix it properly. Right, I'm gonna get this fixed. We'll stick the stainless steel drive shaft pin in. We'll get it all cleaned, re-greased, back together, and then we will discuss how much this absolute pain has made me. That's the only good thing about this thing, is it's made me a decent bit of cash. Right then, let's talk money. That's an expensive desk. So before I buy expensive stuff like this, I have to like plan in my head videos and what I'm going to do to make sure that I can make that money back. Because for me, this is my job. If I just kept throwing money at everything and never made any money, then well, I wouldn't be able to throw money at stuff. And it was actually my wife that said, just buy it, you'll be fine. So I did. That's why I bought it. And like I said, it cost me, I think it was around £4,500, so over $5,000. I didn't add it all up, but it was definitely around, yeah, £4,500, so over $5,000. So that was the amount of money I needed to make back. So I'd planned to make quite a few videos, and I made 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 7 videos. There's one video in there that was an event I went to, but I've included that because this was kind of like the star of the show, the thing that got people to watch. Anyway, part 1, let's have a look at this. So as you can see, 158,000 views. Got me 1,700 subscribers, which is really good, and it made me £670. So 158,000 views is very good for a video. If you can make a video and get 150,000 views, you've done well. £670 though, remember this is £4,500, and that first video I made £670, so not the best start, but obviously that was part 1 and I'd already planned a few more videos. We'll keep the total running up there. Video number 2 actually done okay for me, 409,000 views, got me 2,300 subscribers and £1,509. I think the reason video 2 did well, one, the thumbnail's pretty good because it shows the motor set up with the belt drive, and I guess that was intriguing to people to watch. And secondly, it's when I got this running. When I watch like build videos and stuff, and it doesn't have to be RC stuff, it can be cars or anything. After a few minutes, if I get the impression this guy's not gonna run this thing, I'll go all the way to the end to see if they run it. And if they do run it at the end, then I'll go back and start watching. If I scroll forward and I think you're not going to see it running in this video, I generally click off. So I think that's why that video did really well. Now video number 2 was a bit of an update. It was about a month after the second video, and I know people were waiting to see it finished. It took me ages. We had a really cold spell. I was painting. It was taking ages to dry. I had issues with stuff being glued, and yeah, it took a while. But anyway, this was just an update, not a very long video, like 7 minutes. 65,000 views and £166. So shorter videos, less adverts, especially under 8 minutes. Yeah, £166. Not great, but it was just an update. Now the final video, once I'd finished it, again, it didn't do great. Well, it did actually do quite well, 164,000, that is good. But if you look at the revenue, video number 1 was 158,000 or something. This one only got about 10,000 view difference, but this one made me £1,022. So I'm already there or thereabouts for paying for it. But this next video bumps me up to that point, and that was where I went to the East event. I took it, and again the thumbnail was great, and I think people like to see it going through mud, and it just, yeah, it was a good video. 374,000 views, and that made me £1,642. So now you can see I've paid for it. The risk was worth it. The time I put into it, the time I put into the videos, it kind of paid for itself, and I got a little bit of money in my pocket. Not a lot though. The amount of hours I put into this and making the videos, the amount of profit I made, you probably couldn't make a living out of doing stuff up till this point. But now, sit down, because this is where things took a turn for the better. And this is the very reason I bought that. I was able to buy that and some more stuff as well, but they're the three main things that I was able to buy. So not going on nice holidays or buying myself fancy, well, I do buy myself some fancy watches, but they're only G-Shocks and Casio. So yeah, anyway. Oh, I've missed a video actually, sorry, my bad. I think this was was this an update? I think this was an update video as well, because it's set on fire and stuff. 67,000 views, £305. So again, not a biggie. The final one, and again, like I say, this was like a last minute decision. I was sat there in my office at home, and I was thinking, is it worth putting the whole build video together and just seeing if people would be interested in like a long video? I mean, this is 1 hour, 22 minutes long. And in my head, I was like, most people, like most of my audience, have seen it, probably not gonna wanna watch it. Do people wanna listen to me talking for over an hour and building something? But I decided to do it. It didn't take long. I'd say it took longer to upload it because of how long it was than it did for me to edit it. All I did was the part 1 to part 4, or like the final part, I just chopped off like the beginning and the end, where I said, that's it for part 1, or welcome to part 2. I just cut all that out to make sure it flowed better, make sure it flowed as like one full video. So I did it and I posted it. And as I'll show you here, the first 24 hours, it was one of the lowest performing videos that I'd put out for a long time. It sat at number 10 for ages. The way YouTube works is when you publish a video, after half an hour, it will give you a ranking. It will show how it's performing compared to your last 9 videos. This one, 10 for quite a while. In fact, if I scan across here, if I go to since published, if we scan across the bottom here, you can see obviously day 1 where I published it, day 1 15,000, and then after 4 days 23, 5 days 25, 7 31, 8 days, you can see it sat for 10 days, 11, 12. So 12 days, almost 2 weeks, it kind of just sat, didn't really do much at all, and then it started picking up. So from day 12, 65,000 views. If we go a week later, so let's go 7 days on that to day 19, 300,000 views. So it had gone from 60 odd thousand to 300,000 in a week. And it just kept going. And you can see at the side there where it says real time, in the last 48 hours, it's still getting nearly 3,500 views. So what's that? 1,700 and something views a day. So it's still doing all right. You ready to see how much money it made me? £12,120. That is the best part, I think, of $15,000. In fact, I just checked, it's over $16,000. So that's the total from the initial videos. If we now add on this one, we can actually do it on the full playlist. So £17,438.52. Definitely paid for itself, hasn't it? So like I mentioned, it allowed me to buy more expensive stuff, which meant I could do more videos for you guys. And because people like big expensive stuff, I got some good views for some of them videos as well. And then obviously that brings in more revenue, so it means I can then invest in more stuff. And it's one of the reasons why I'm able to now upgrade this. So I've just bought 2 of them new Hobbywing motors, so we're going to fit them, we're going to get this back together, and I think we need to take it out and, well, just go and enjoy it. It's done what it needs to do. It's made my money back, and it's given me a decent amount of cash to buy more things. Just keep it a secret from my wife how much it's made me, because she'll be like, that was my idea, I told you to get that, where's my coin? So here we go. It is all back together, and I would be lying if I told you it was quite a quick and simple process, because it wasn't. And although it looks completely back together, I've still got a few bits to do before I take it out. Cab isn't fixed on properly yet. I'll be able to fix it at the front because it screws in there, but I haven't made up any brackets yet, so we're just going to sort of tape it down so I can take it out to test it, because I don't want to do anything more to it until I've tested that, one, the motors work properly, we'll talk about them in a minute, and two, the gearbox doesn't, well, break again. I think I found the problem with the gearbox, and it is these pins. So I bought some stainless steel ones, you can see them in there, but as you can see now, there is a lot of slack in them. Because there's so much movement in there, the gear's obviously got some slack in it. So when this big 50 kilo thing is driving, it has to initially take up that slack. It's constantly putting pressure on that pin. So every time you're moving it or braking, and that's why it's shearing, because it's not fat enough. So I decided to not use them pins, and I've done something else, and I'm not sure if it's gonna work or not. I basically got an M4, I think these are M4, yeah, M4. I got an M4 screw, it almost fit in that hole. I think the last couple of times this has been out, it's caused a bit of wear on there. Anyway, it didn't quite fit, so I stuck it in the vise, and I was able to press one of these straight through. And there is no slack in it now, but I don't know how strong that is. I don't know whether I've made it worse, but we're going to find that out in a minute. Although there is another potential problem. Look at the mess under here. So if it all works, I will tidy all this up. I'll make brackets, and it will look a lot better than this. But anyway, we have got under here 2 of the new Hobbywing Axe motors, 4274 2000 kV, and this will run up to 6S. I'm only going to run it 3S. I am not putting 6S through this. It will just completely destroy itself. It'll be quick enough on 3, but this is a censored system, and the issue might be the FOC. I'm not 100% sure on FOC exactly what it does. All I know is there's some magic in there that keeps that motor running smooth. It does RPM matching and everything like that. Because we got 2 of them driving the same like shaft, it's belt driven, but it drives the same main shaft through the gearbox, could potentially be a problem because one will be fighting the other to try and keep itself like smooth. You can connect via Bluetooth to the ESC, so I've disabled the throttle matching or the RPM matching. I've put the punch level down to 1, I've put the drag brake right down. I've just tried to bring everything down to give this the best potential for not either destroying itself again or, well, burning up one of these expensive motor and ESC setups. I've put a Hobbywing external BEC on there. That's going to give both the servos full power, and then each ESC and motor has got its own battery in there, and then one that side. This is going to be for the servos, and there's nothing more to do now other than, well, just tidy it up, get it ready, and then see if we can actually run it without it breaking. I'd be lying if I said I was confident about this. I've reduced the steering rate on the rear a little bit as well, because it was going way too far, and initially the servo kept, well, I thought, yeah, I have. I was about to say I thought I'd reduced it. It's still quite a bit. But even though it's a 5th scale, 100 kilo servo, it was stalling out a bit, and then it stopped working for a while, so I think I'd overheated it. Anyway, we're all good now. We're in low gear, cruising along, 3 cell. It's a nice speed actually for low gear. All my lights were working, and now for some reason my top ones aren't. I don't know if it's pulled a plug out when I was putting the lid back on. Right, we're in high gear now. Oh yeah, that's good. Whoa. Oh, I can imagine this thing on 6S. It'd be crazy on 6S. That is just 3. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Right, let's go back down to low gear. This thing's such a beast. It's just a shame it's so unreliable. Let's give it a little bit of a test over here. Let's put it under a little bit of pressure and we'll see what happens. Should we go cinematic for this? Let's go cinematic. So it doesn't like full throttle in high gear for too long. One of the, or I don't think it's anyone in particular, but one of the ESCs shuts down, whichever one's taking the most load, I guess. That might be something to do with the FOC I was talking about. Oh, and I think, I've lost rear steer as well. Again. No way. Honestly, it was fine just a minute ago. Switch it off for a minute, see if we can cool it down. I wanted to go through the water. Can't do that without steering. I'm almost done with this. I am almost done. Although at least so far, fingers crossed, so far, the gearbox seems to have held up. Problem is, it's just the wheels are just gonna turn like that and then they won't turn the other way. Oh, I got it back, right. Let's just go gentle with it. Let's see, I'm gonna go straight through the middle, I think. I don't know how deep it is. Here we go, come on then. Yeah, anyway, it doesn't like high gear, but it's a bit too quick anyway. Come on. Nice. Oh, it's deep there. Oh no, no. That is not what I wanted to do. You idiot. Is it gonna go again? Yes. Oh, I had visions of me having to carry a 50 kilo dead weight out. Come on, go back. Back. Obviously just lost signal. Let's go slightly shallower. Let's get a bit of a bow wave. There we go. Keep going. Uh-oh. What's going on? Oh, I've lost. Oh, my gearbox wouldn't select. Oh my word. And I lost steering again. There we go. Yeah, steering keeps going out and coming back. I think I'm done. Got some authentic weeds on it now though from the water. Steering's definitely playing up. Bit of crab walking. I did feel the motors just a minute ago when it kept cutting out in high gear, and they're not hot, so both of them felt about the same. Right, before I take it back to the workshop, I do want to get one last shot. It's a little bit like boggy up here, it looks a bit swampy. I think this thing will look quite cool, get a nice low shot of it cruising through like the swamp area. I think that's what I'm going to do. Right, have we got enough power just to this to test the gearbox? This bit. Come on. We'll call it a success if it gets over here. Oh, easy. Easy. I reckon that gearbox is, well, I don't know if it's perfect, but it's certainly better than it was. It's lasted way longer. Whoa. Let's go. What's it doing? That steering does not want to play. I literally just switched the camera off, went to go with the throttle when it went click. Gearbox is gone. I think that's the last you're going to see of this thing. I've had enough. Had enough.